It's one of them episodes I haven't done in a while. And I really wanted to I got to connect because I'm seeing way, way, way too much of the same things happening. And there's a magnitude of people I brought on my show where we've sat here and we've talked about dating, what's dating like right now, from a conscious type of level, conscious type of conversation. There's a lot of this issues that I'm starting to see that a lot of my guests have brought to my attention, a lot of people that I've had conversations with, and nobody seems to be being real in this space called online dating or dating as a whole. And it all starts to the general basis. And I'm going to say this right now. I'm not out here speaking to the ones that want to have this conversation about hookup culture that they're living in, or the ones that want to be in these poly relationships and be in and out and playing with people's lives and things like that. If this is what you are about, don't listen to the episode anymore, right? Because this is actually about the ones that actually want to grow, want to build, and want to find something that's resourceful and want to find something that's going to be long term. But today I'm going to hold not only men and women accountable on this show. Happy New Year's, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, there's this overgrowing concern called communication. And I want to simply sit here and I want to dial in what communication is. See, communication is not the ability just to respond. Communication is the dialogue which is between a man and a woman, or whatever your sexual preference orientation is, to be able to connect with the person. Not just to respond, but to have two-way direct lines of communication. But this seems to be a missed target that simply is not happening in today's society and culture. And the reason why, I think, is because people are so prone, and what they tend to do is they want to simply sit here at the end of the day and do what? Hide from their real intentions. You have a lot of women that come out here and they say oh, I can't find a good guy. The reason why you can't find a good guy is because all the good guys that you've had in your life, you've either played with or you didn't take them seriously for whatever reasons. And that could be from past scenarios and past situations, because men that have given you a lot less, you gave a lot more. And now men that are giving you a lot more, you're giving a lot less. Make it make sense. If you're used to toxic, no good men with low vibration, don't know what they have to offer you, how are you going to recognize when a guy has good nature that wants to communicate, wants to check in, wants to simply sit here and pour into you, you run away? Now, my tonality is going to come across, oh, he's passionate. Oh, he's aggressive. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, he's in red pill rage. No, I'm not in red pill rage, because it's called the level of authenticity that I bring to this conversation, right? I'm not speaking to the ones that want to be in hookup culture. I'm not speaking to the ones that want to simply sit here and be in and out of different relationships. Men, the reason why you guys cannot provision a thing called peace or provision a thing called leadership to the women is because, guess what? You don't know how. You don't have it inside yourself. You're still playing on past trauma from maybe that one ex back in your 20s, back in your, later 20s, maybe in your early 30s, that simply sat here and ran you out to dry, right? You gave everything that you wanted to give to her, but guess what? You didn't have the social moral compass to actually get to understand who she is as a person. That's the situation when it comes down to communication. See, if you don't know how to communicate and you're used to simply sitting here and just going through the oceans and the magnitudes of how life is, I'm telling you right now, you're going to produce karmatic debt in your life. 100%. Because if you play with real people's energy, their time, their understanding, and their space, what do you think you're attracting? The best way and the most authentic way to be able to connect with the person that you actually want to have is through mental stimulation of dialogue and conversation. Between, punching in a couple text messages, words, because you can already pre-script in your mindset what it is you want to do. That's not what it all comes down to. It's actually setting the intention. Text messaging is just another addition. It sets up for a FaceTime. It sets up for a phone call. It sets up for an in-person conversation. That's what communication is. But too many of y'all, men and women, want to play with people's time. And that's the reason why people are so fearful. You hear it all the time. I can't find a good guy. I can't find a good girl because there's a lot of broken crayons walking around us, but they still want to be able to color with. Hey, last time I checked, when growing up as a kid, when we used to break the crayons or break the pencil crayons, you could still color with them. You just had to sharpen it a different way. You had to use it all the way down to the nub. But that's the thing about a lot of people when it comes down to connection and finding what's good for them and how to simply sit here and say to themselves, hey, listen, I want that genuine connection between a man, a woman, or whatever your sexual preference is. You don't want to simply sit here and take the crayon and color down to the nub. You want to simply sit here and color to a certain degree, and then guess what? Go buy a new pack, go buy a new pack, and go buy a new pack. Then you have all these pack of crayons, and then you're going to end up throwing them out. Tell me how it geographically makes sense. But this is the thing. And a lot of people are going to listen to this episode and they're going to say he's fired up. Oh, he's coming, he's talking with passion. Yes, you have to talk with passion because you know what it is you require and you know what it is that you want. See, there's a part 2 coming of this where I talk about online dating. So many people say they're great communicators, but they don't know how to simply sit here and communicate. All they know how to do is respond. Responding, again, is not communication. Communicating is actually getting to the level, being vulnerable, being one within yourself, actually asking the right questions to understand who that man, who that woman is, and producing the right results. But you're so used to the toxic ability. You're so used to having that man or that woman cheating on you, right? That guess what? You're fearful. You're fearful because, oh, that man cheated on me. Guess what? He's going to do the exact same thing. I can't get vulnerable to them. Oh, that woman cheated on me. She did me dirty. I have toxic red pill rage. Guess what? I don't want to do nothing with her. The best ingredient, the best recipe to be able to connect with a person is, guess what? Through mouth, through tongue, through teeth, through vision. Having the ability to listen and just view and hear. Not to speak, but to watch. But too many of y'all don't want to do that. Because it's fun. It's fun having the chase. It's fun having the Ren and Stimpy, the cat and mouse, the Wile E. Coyote to the Roadrunner, the Bugs Bunny to the Yosemite Sam. That's what that's what you guys want. Because it's the social conditioning, right? You have all these influencers talking about having high value, making all this money. You can live in a yacht, have fast cars, doing all these things. But is that really all to life? How do you connect with a person? All men want in a relationship is provision of peace. When women want leadership, stoic men that stand up for what it is they believe in. But you see it right in front of you, and then you're blind to it. Where did they go? Stop putting out that karma. Start putting in that debt. Start being intentional with what it is you see. Right? Being vulnerable is actually a sexy thing to do. Being in tune with who it is you want to be is actually sexy. But I hear too many men says, oh, she's too upfront right away. I got to walk away. You haven't sat here and you haven't tapped into who it is you are as a man, how to serve leadership, how to provision what it is you want to provision. You're still lingering and still lusting on things that happened in the past. And that's the reason why you just want to go through life and just keep continuously sowing your oats. And that's why you have multiple men out there with what? Different baby mamas. And then women have to simply sit here and to say to themselves, what is it I'm looking for in my life? And I've always said is, look at the men in your life, and that will tell you everything it is that you need to know. If your dad, your uncle, your grandfather, your brother are all stand-up individuals, that's what you should be enlisting in your mindset. But if you don't have any of those 3 to 4 characteristics of when you grew up, how are you going to be able to understand what a right man is looking like? You're more toned and you're more prone to simply sit here and go pick up men that are broken that you think you can switch and interchange and plug and play. And it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You should be able to simply sit here and reflect about your needs and your wants. Kevin Samuels has said it. R.I.P. to the Godfather, Kevin Samuels. And a lot of people said, oh, Kevin Samuels was hard on women. Kevin Samuels wasn't hard enough on men. He called it down the middle. If you have traumatic experiences, go to therapy, get a coach, figure yourself out. Because a lot of what I'm seeing happening right now is when you're real, when you've done the work, when you simply sit here and you put your best foot forward, and people say, oh, I'm a great communicator, I'm all these great things, they hear you when you talk. They listen, right? They watch how your movement is. They see how you characterize and how you break things down. And then their bandages come off. Their bandages come off because guess what? They're not in tune with themselves. They realize they're the ones who are perpetrating a fraud. In this dating culture right now, we have to set the intention, right? Be vulnerable with the person, be straight up with the person, and you'd be surprised what you get. You'd be surprised the authentic communication that you get, the reality. But not everybody wants to be real. The more toxic you are, the more you listen to the hip hop music, the more you listen to the Future, the more you listen to all of these different songs. Oh, this is what I want to go out there and I want to do. The more you listen to Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, oh, this is what I want to go out here and I want to operate through life. Strip that shit away. Go in with attention. Set the foundation. Because we all want to have that mutual, genuine connection with somebody, do we not? But like I said, you guys are so used to coloring with broken crayons and then throwing it away and getting a new pack when you're ready. Throwing that pack away and getting a new pack when you're ready. Start coloring down to the nub, right? This is for the people that want to simply sit here and be in something real. Putting their best foot forward. Not having these social prompts of, I'm a great communicator. I want you to be real. You know how many women say, oh, they want a real man in front of them? And when he gets real with them, they're like, yeah, I don't want this. But you chase the guy that's giving you less. But the guy that's giving you more, you ignore. You disqualify him. You degrade him. Why? Why is that a thing? Or men, you have the woman that's simply sitting here texting you, catering to you, pouring out to you, want to hang out with you. And all you're doing is settling for the 20 snack piece of chicken McNuggets at McDonald's with no dipping sauce. Hello? Figure it out. Society is in a different ways and a means of what it is they believe and what it is they want to do. But we're so used to listening to all these talking pieces. Stop looking at that influencer and reflecting into yourself. Pick up a goddamn book. Know about yourself. Go to therapy. Pay that money. Take out a loan if you need to get that therapy. Figure it out inside yourself. But what's happening is a lot of y'all toxic people are out here and all you want to do is just plug and play into people's life and psychologically mess them up. So where they don't know better. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to offer the world. Hurt people hurt people. The toxic side of being hurt, you're going to go out there and you're going to hurt more people along the way. That's why when a good guy meets a bad girl, the bad girl is going to shape and shift him in such a way and turn him into the bad guy. And then the bad guy meets the good girl and ends up jading her perspective in life. And it's a constant evolution and it's a constant cycle. The ones that always say again, oh, I can't find anybody good out there. It's because guess what? You disqualified, you discredited, and you ignored real, authentic people in your life. And all the universe is going to do is to simply give you what it is you want. You don't want real life people in front of you. You don't want somebody that's going to check in. You don't want somebody that's going to pour into you. You don't want somebody to treat you with respect. Well, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get breadcrumbs. You're going to get the scraps. Self-awareness and emotional intelligence is missed in today's culture. It's missed. We're just walking around with coordinates to no GPS. right? We know where we want to go, but it's telling us to go left, right, up, down. Like it's a Mortal Kombat button configuration to hit a babality or hit a fatality. Start hitting your combos. Start hitting your strides. Stop volume shooting like Steph Curry in the third quarter. Because you think dating in volume is going to solve your situations. It doesn't. Sometimes you got to sit within yourself. Believe in what it is you want to believe in. Because real people are around you, but it's for you to be able to see, listen, and hear where that's coming from. Be able to watch what's going on. Right? But too many of y'all still want to play with people's time. You want to ignore the text messages. You want to be catering to the social media propaganda. You want to cater to the DM conversations, right? Women, you have how many men out there that are simply saying, oh, yo, I want to hook up. I want to sleep with you. Y'all don't want that, right? You cry about it. You scream about it. I don't want that. I don't want that. But then have somebody that actually wants to get to know you past the flesh, wants to get deep with you, wants to have a simply organic, wholesome conversation, and you ignore that, right? But then you go back and say, oh, I don't want that nice guy. I don't want that guy that's going to do that. Why? And men, oh, I want a good quality woman. But all you're doing is you're operating through the sex lens first. You want a quality woman? Have quality traits. Talk to her with quality, right? Nobody says in this dating space you can't take things slow, right? I'm all for it. But it's the effort that goes into the space. It's the effort that's going to set you apart. And it has to be mutual. It can't be one-sided because all you're doing is you're just soaking it all in. And I know some people out here just want an ego boost. If you want a fucking ego boost, get the fuck out of here, right? And that's why I say people need to start having some boundaries, right? People need to start having some spinal cord, backbone, guts, foundation of what it is they want to allow. Because when people are giving you less, it doesn't mean you keep going. If people are giving you more, hey, recognize that. My mentor said it. When you have something good in your life, you don't ask what's wrong with it. You ask what's right with it. And that's my time. 2023 is upon us. And it's time for us to know better and exercise to do better.